What's up, everybody? It's CMP with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Don't forget to stop by Studio One Tutorials, pick up your premium membership. It is 50 cents a day. And don't forget to stop by CMP Kits. Get yourself a copy of every one of my kits. Get yourself all my one-shots. You need all the middies. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify. The Spicy Sundays podcast, available every Sunday on Spotify. Get at me at IG at Craftmaster3. That's the easiest way to hit me up. My DMs are available for you guys to spam. Today we're going to be working on making a Bandplay type beat. These concepts you can use inside other DAWs like FL Studio. You can use them in other DAWs like Live, but we are going to be laser focused in on the MPC and the MPC Live controller. That's right. Look at it. It is beautiful. It is in all of its glory. Now, the thing about Bandplay type beats is it's not just like your regular 2013 trap that everybody's trying to remake. It's not just like the regular let me try to remake Astro World in my own image type beats. Bandplay, it's like I like it because it's simple, straightforward beats, good sound selection, and really good sample selection, right? And the samples typically sound like something that a band or an orchestra played. So for this beat that we're working on, I chose a sample that kind of reflected that, right? So I have it chopped up like this. So real easy stuff right there. If we go into edit samples and you see what I did, it's just the samples time stretched, and I chopped it into different 4-bar pieces. Now if you guys want to see how to time stretch samples and stuff like that, go to my MPC tutorial tab on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist with all of the basics. This, I want to get more into the style of the beat, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to record in, a simple loop of this, right? That'll be like kind of the main vibe. All right, so let's see. All right, so that's hitting fine. Now I'm going to go into track 2, which I have a program with some drums loaded on it. All right, so these drums are coming out of the OZ Secret Bounce kit. It's just a real good kit for modern sounds, like Oz and Foreign Tech and like the Murder Beats kit on Splice are really good if you want to get, like, if you're trying to make hip hop that sounds like these albums are coming out, like they have these sounds. So I chose this clap because it's layered. A lot of the Bandplay stuff, it's a layered clap. It's not just a regular 808 clap. This kick is just a super hard kick. This snare right here, we're gonna use it like a perk. Normally, if you listen to a lot of Bandplay beats, especially the ones on the new KeyGlock album, you'll notice that there's this little 16th note rolling pattern that occurs. And then I got 2 hi-hats. That one's gonna be for like my regular straight hat vibe, and then this will be for my rolls. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, we can go ahead and program something. All right, so usually once I do like the basic clap and straight hat, I can I can go about putting an 808 down. I'm gonna use a key group. I'm gonna use a key group for this. I got one loaded already. This is just something out of the Murder Beat Spice Kit. Those 808s, they work really well for everything. So the samples in D minor, I'm not even gonna like play a bass line. I'm just gonna do an 808 line. Now the way that and this is kind of what makes a band play beat is you won't hear a lot of like those sustained 808s like that type stuff. What you're gonna hear is, and it's all on almost every beat, is the first 808 on the downbeat. It's gonna hit and it's gonna stop once that snare comes in, right? And he's gonna let that breathe, and then the pattern won't get busy until you get further into it, right? So let me just vibe and kind of show you what I mean. Perfect, something like that, right? Now let's we go ahead and take a look at the software real quick and make sure that we got something that makes sense. So I forgot to put on full level. I like to go full level when I do my 808s. Right. And this is a good thing about having the software. You can just do this quickly. All right, cool. So now that I got that, I can just go ahead and layer that with my kick. I bet. All right, so that first run of hi-hats is super stiff. What I like to do is I'll go into the step sequencer and just working with velocity inside of the step sequencer is so easy. It's a visual and tactile experience, and normally when I have the camera here I can do this with two hands, so it happens a lot faster. But check this out. Now what I want to do is I want to do some groove work here. So I'll take this guy, go into time correct, shift that up, put a little bit of swing on it, make sure we're on selected. Now let's hear what these hi-hats sound like. Much better. Now we'll take our clap, go into time correct, and what I want to do here, set that back to no swing, and then I just want this clap to hit a little early. Right? Because what's the point of using MPC if you're not doing things like this, right? That's why we got these things. All right, now for the hi-hat rolls, it's gonna hold shift note repeat, go to 132T, and just vibe, man. All right, cool. So now what we could do is this is something, don't fight it. Just go into the software. Like, it was nice kind of getting it where you wanted it, but now oh, I like that. I like that. Now we could take this go back to our note repeat. Let me just go to time correct real quick and switch that. It was kind of you could see when I was inputting it, it was dragging those to the left in the beat, but I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna keep that, right? And that's the cool thing about using hardware and controllers is sometimes you just run into stuff you didn't mean to do, and it winds up sounding pretty cool. So this guy right here, this little roll that I'm talking about that shows up, you just go to shift note repeat and set that to 16s if you're in double time, right? All right, and now the only thing left to do is just to get yourself a nice little beat, a nice little B sequence. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy this sequence, right? And we will call it. This was sequence 3, so we want to go and name it sequence 4. You could get as organized as you want to get with this stuff. I don't really do that too much for the purpose of tutorials, right? So now what I can do is what's going to change here is my sample. So I'm going to go to track and I'm just going to clear it. Now I got, yep, clear it. Now I got just the drums. So that's pretty much it. Just to go back over it, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you select a sample. You select a good sample, something that sounds like real instruments played it. Whether they did or not is not important. Then you want to make sure that you can chop at least two different sections of that sample so that you have an A section or a B section to switch in between. You want to make sure that that you're using current Current drum kits, like don't try to get too crazy and make your own sounds for this. Like if you're going for this vibe, just make sure that you got a good clap snare or a good stacked clap, a regular type of perk that you can do a little 16 note roll with, two hi-hats for the rolls, and then a very simple 808 pattern that has a short release. You don't want something that like a south side 808 pattern that's taking up all the low end. That's how you're gonna get the bounce in these beats. So this is CMP with Craftmaster Productions, Studio One Tutorials.com. You guys keep it simple, but don't be basic, and we will see you on the next one, fam.